What to do, Modified Family? We're out here in the Ep3. There's a bunch of things I wanted to do today. I wanted to replace the steering wheel. I have an RSX steering wheel that has one of the, like, this kind of material wraps around it to clean up how cracked and dry mine is. But that's at home, and I'm at work right now. So we're not doing that. And then I wanted to replace the center console because mine is pink for some reason. I'll show you that if you haven't already seen it. But that's also at home. I forgot to bring it today because I wasn't really thinking I would have time to do this. But the one thing I do have is the center console. I ordered the Type R one. I found one for like 70 bucks on eBay after the exchange rate. Every other one I saw was like $400 for this little plastic piece. And then once I got it, a video popped up in my feed of someone just changing the top cover that has the Type R plaque on it, and I'm like, oh, I could have just done that. Oh well, but I need to take this car apart anyway. I want to take out the seats so I have the battery disconnected because I believe there's a side impact airbag on both sides. And so I will unbolt these and then I will unclip them. Seats will come out, and then I want to vacuum in here, just really clean this car out. There's a bunch of junk in this door panel on the driver's side. Then I'm going to clean that out. I'll show you that. And then once both the seats are out, I will take out the center piece. I'll figure that out, and then I will vacuum the car, and then the steering column that was very loose is coming apart. And I looked it up online. I think I need a 10 millimeter, and I feel like Honda's pretty consistent with the sizes of all their 10 millimeters, like width-wise. So I could find any one, plug it into that spot to hold the casing around my steering column, and then I think I need a body screw, which I should have one of those. Those are all pretty much a standard size. Like I could go to any Civic in the junkyard and they probably all have that same size screw. But to get started first, I need you to give me 5 on my black hand side and let's go. So I'm still dealing with issues like the check engine light. So I figured I might as well just unplug the battery. It's not gonna make the check engine light go away. I mean, it will for a second, but then when I drive it, it'll come right back for the P0420. But there's just a bunch of crap in here. I don't smoke. There's like lighters and all this junk in here, so I'm gonna clean that out, get both these seats out, and then I'm gonna remove this piece. This is the piece I want to replace because I have a new one that I wiped down sitting on the counter off screen, and it's got a Type R plaque. And honestly, that's the only thing different is the Type R's have a Type R thing, and you know I'm all about stolen valor, so we're doing that. And yeah, so I want to replace this, and I have everything for this, but it's at home, like I said. And this piece, I couldn't find a new one, like conveniently. They kept sending me 0105 ones. I kept returning because they're not the same shape. So I will replace this, and then I will remove this piece, and I will just sand it down, maybe do a little flat black spray paint. So hopefully it just looks more OEM and intentional. And this is my steering wheel, all this crap. So the steering wheel's not bad, it just needs to be covered, and you have to take the steering wheel off to get like the cover sewn on. But I already have another one that has that modification done, so that will go on at some point. But I'm gonna keep this airbag because I want the Honda logo with this little red sticker oddly put on. You can see the black under it because it's not a Type R airbag, but again, stolen valor and cool JDM little goodies like my little coin thing. And this is the part I'm talking about that's loose, and I should have in my tool bag hopefully, or just floating around the shop, Honda 10 millimeter and a body screw just to put that in place. So I scooped everything out of there, and I have some interior detailer I'm gonna wipe this down with. I think this is nail polish. I don't know if that's gonna come off, but I'm not super worried about it. I just want it to be generally clean. This is not a brand new car, but there was just like a ton of fuses and like relays and parts of the plugs in there. So I won't get rid of any of this stuff because you never know when you might need it. So you just gotta hold on to it. I'm definitely gonna throw that light bulb away over there. But I've never gone through this many fuses on a Honda ever. This is the air freshener, so I know I can throw this away because the car smells funky. Oh, it says Honda on it. That's dope. But let's see, doesn't have any more good smell. But I found 17 cents, so I'm already up 17 cents. One of these is one of the things I was looking for to fix that center column piece. And I need this piece because this is what's gonna help me put that little plastic cover that K-Series have on the intake manifold. All right, let me get these seats out and I'll wipe this, and I'll probably show most of that after it's already done. I feel like this has been pretty consistent with every Honda I ever owned. They all had 14 millimeter bolts. I put them all right there in 4 spots. I'm glad this had all of them. I had purchased a Civic hatchback that had 3 bolts between both of the seats, and it was really unsafe, but that was all fixed before that car moved on to its new owner. I found another penny. So what am I, 17 cents up? So I'm watching a video of a British guy showing me how to take this bad boy out, because these cars are much more common here or there than here. And he said when this part comes off, if someone's messed with it before, you could probably just lift it straight up. And that's exactly what happened. It came right off. So I'm also gonna wipe this down. Obviously you can see all the dust and grimes. I'm gonna wipe this down. I'm gonna vacuum this whole back area. The carpet is pretty clean. I am finding a good amount of broken glass, because I think that maybe one of these windows had busted and they had them replaced, but everything is here and now and works. And then for this bad dog, I think there's might be a connection in there, and on the other side there might just be one, and then it should just pretty much slide out, is what I'm thinking. But I'm gonna keep watching that video to make sure. But I'm gonna clean this real quick, and then we'll come right back. Oh yeah, this is exactly what we wanted. And I've mentioned before that my car was originally blue, and they made it white, which I actually like a little bit better. And they did a decent enough job. I just don't know exactly what white, so I might have a hard time matching the front and rear lips to it, but still, I'm happy, I'm excited. So I was able to get this piece out. So both sides have these like pop clips. I don't know if that's the name for these, but basically you just push in the middle and then they get loose, and then you could pop it out. And then under that little dash mat, there were 2 10mm bolts right there at the bottom that anchor it here and here. So that was pretty easy, and I had to find by watching that video where the last ones were. So there should be a Phillips head screw there and there. Mine only had it on one side, and it seemed like it was pretty darn stable, so I might just leave it like that. So now I got to move everything out of the way so I can get the vacuum through here. I'll vacuum off the seats, I'll vacuum off the floor just to clean it up. And yeah, it's much easier to access everything when there's nothing in here. Yeah, just a few tools. So I'll get anything I don't want vacuumed up out of the way, and then I'll be back for the reinstall of that centerpiece. Okay, we're getting there. I gave this a good wipe down just to clean it up. I'm using that Meguiar's Quick Detailer. I used to always use the Armor All, which would make things super greasy and shiny, but then would go dull super quick, so this is supposed to be better. I don't know. It was actually just what was lying around the shop. It might actually be mine. I don't know. I got all the mats vacuumed. The back mats outside had some like scum on the bottom, so I pressure washed it off. But it looks a lot better. I wiped off the door panels on both sides just to clean them up. And then the back is all vacuumed. So let me see if I can reinstall everything. All right, that didn't take forever. It syncs back up with the second half of this centerpiece. I put 2 screws in here just to make it a little bit more solid. I didn't even know their screws were out till I watched the video, and he's like, hey, you can just pull it out. Funny, same thing actually happened with my stereo, because there's supposed to be 2 like 10s or 8s that hold that top piece in. But I was watching a video and he goes, yeah, if someone's worked on this before, they might just say they're not putting that stuff back in. So I just pulled on it and the stereo piece came right out. So same thing. So this looks like really good. I just gotta put the seats back in and the floor mats. This side lines up perfectly. I still gotta get those little plastic pieces back in that go on both sides of the front. This one, I don't know if I can know, like there's like spikes in here that I think are alignment pieces, and I gotta get those to line up in here, and then it should clip right in. I thought, well, this is right-hand drive, and it might be a little bit different, but no, I feel like it's pretty close to identical. So yeah, this is a good mod if you can get this at a good price, and you want to have stuff that says Type R in your non-Type R USDM model. So yeah, let me get everything back together. I'll get that to line up better. And then, oh yeah, let me check this piece out. Let me see if I can fix this. I have 1 screw. I just need to find 1 10mm. And I think I can get this back together, and then I'll be very happy with the progress of today. All right, Modified family, this is where I leave you. Still dusty on the outside, but looks amazing on the inside. I wiped down most of the interior plastics. I vacuumed it out, had the seats out, and I didn't know if these had side impact airbags. I think my old RSX seats did. So I did unplug the battery just for the time being. When I got everything back together, of course, I got that rear piece with the cup holder screwed in on both sides. I got this screwed in, so it should be a lot better, at least not rattling when I drive. That was the first thing we did, was got that cleaned out. Still needs a little bit of love on that. It looks good from the passenger side. It snugs up even without those two little bottom clips that I haven't put in on each side. But can you see that? It's just sticking out at the top. And it probably would only bug me. And again, this is not a show car. This is still right-hand drive, USDM. It's not an actual Type R. As if that needs to be said. It's like when people go, well, I'm not a doctor, but, and it's like, yeah, I thought you were a doctor. Yeah, so same thing. People know this is not a Type R. It's just for my enjoyment. I like the designs. I like the style. So I will make those little upgrades. But maybe I'll drill a little hole and put a zip tie through it just to snug it up, just so for my benefit. But that's where I leave you guys for today. Thank you for watching this video. Whoever is watching, I appreciate it. I hope to have some cool music videos that are not car related coming up as well. All right, Modified Family, peace.